What's up, guys? Welcome back. Just got back from the gym and about to have my dinner. So I was kind of contemplating between having a couple of things, and really I was gonna have, so I have ground beef here, potatoes, some cheese, some like nacho cheese, reduced fat blend. Unfortunately in Canada we don't have fat-free cheese, so for those of you guys who make those macro-friendly recipes, we don't have that in Canada, so we can't make it those same macros as you guys do. I'll show you guys the other meals for the rest of the day as typical. So I was actually going to do no cheese, and I was going to do eggs with this. And then originally before that, I was going to do some eggs and cheese with the ground beef and potatoes as well. But I ended up having some rice cakes when I got home from work right before the gym, before my leg day, because I was completely starving. And then so I was like, I guess I'll just not have the cheese and just have the ground beef and eggs and potatoes. But then I decided I don't want the eggs and I want some cheese instead. So I have my ground beef, cheese, and potatoes. So gonna enjoy this. I also threw on some mustard and spicy mustard. That seems to be the theme right now. Those two together. It's the bold and spicy mustard. So let's see how this tastes. I'm sure I know what it tastes like because I have this all the time, but I don't really have the cheese all the time, so that's definitely a new add. And I know what cheese tastes like, but I don't typically have it, so. So pretty good. I mean, the cheese is not super flavorful because the reduced fat cheese is not the most creamy, but still pretty good. Of course, I could give it a pass because the potatoes are seasoned really well, and so is the ground beef. So guys, that leads me into something. So I didn't really have a cheat meal last week. I kind of had like a slightly higher calorie day, but not like super higher. But this week I'm gonna get a cheat meal. I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like. And it really depends what I'm kind of craving. And for some reason I was thinking of pizza, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own homemade pizza, and I'm gonna be able to throw on like a ton of toppings. So I'm still gonna have ground beef left over from the last meal prep to add to it. I'm gonna do like a meat lovers pizza, but I'm just really gonna add just some turkey pepperoni, which I bought, and the cheese, extra sauce, and then we have this garlic aioli dipping sauce that I'm gonna be using. And the funny thing is, since I had the pizza on my mind for the cheat meal and I was thinking, you know, extra cheese, I was like, man, I'm kind of craving cheese. So that's how I decided to end up using cheese on my ground beef and potatoes, because like I said before, I don't typically use cheese that often. But really, like, this is the beauty of having something like ground beef and potatoes, or if you want to meal prep chicken and rice or whatever, is that you can add so many different sauces and different random things, like cheese, like I said, like sauces like soy sauce, different mustards, hot sauces, hummus. You can add so many random things. Tzatziki, like you can make like your own lifter friendly version of tzatziki, so with like Greek yogurt. And like, guys, you can really spice things up and use basically the same meal, but prep it in so many different ways that it ends up tasting like a completely different meal. And that's the beauty of it. So it's simple, but it can also get a little bit complex, and really you want to be consistent. So if you can find something that's simple and that you can kind of like adjust, then that's perfect, right? Guys, I ripped this leg workout, just kind of like a side note. And one thing that I tried this time, I usually do like a hamstring exercise, then a quad, then back to a hamstring, then back to a quad. And my thought was that I do more like machine stuff at the beginning, and then I do the bigger compound stuff later on. And that's because I really want to warm up that muscle group, warm up the joints, warm up the knees, especially for leg day. And this time I did a hamstring exercise followed by the big compound hamstring exercise, and then the same thing for quad. So back to back, the same muscle group. And it actually felt pretty good. Like I felt actually maybe better this way, because keep in mind, like, I'm still resting enough in between warm-up sets for my top set. So I did stiff-legged deadlifts, and my sciatic region is still healing, so I didn't go super heavy. I did 185 pounds, but that's on like this guided, not Smith machine, but like this guided squat rack machine, so it's not quite 185 pounds, but not heavy by any means, but really just to get the stimulation and get the form down. let my injury recover, but still be able to do something. And guys, like, enough rest, but like in between sets, but like having that hamstring exercise before and already having so much blood in the hamstrings, it made it actually feel really good. And same thing for quads. So I did a leg extension, and then I went into the hack squat, which I'm really trying to progress on right now. That's like the compound movement that I'm trying to progress on. And guys, it felt really good. I actually lifted heavier at PR today, even with technically a pre-exhaust on the leg extension. But like I said, keep in mind, I'm not rushing through it. I'm making sure that I have enough rest for my top sets. And yeah, I kind of like that. Sometimes I'll go back and forth between the ham and the quad, back to a ham, or start with the quad, whatever. But I really like the way that this felt, so I'm probably going to try that again next time. Yeah, so that's it for me, guys. Just another day in the books. I'm going to break down my diet in a video coming up more closely, and not even so much the type of food, but I really haven't sat down and broken down like calories and like the specifics of my diet. And I think that'd be really beneficial for you guys to know like why I structure things the way I do and how you can go about structuring your own diet, and kind of like what my thought process is behind everything that goes into my diet plan. Yeah, so I'll kind of go through that in another video, so just be on the lookout for that. That's going to be a good one, hopefully. And yeah, I'm going to do plenty of other videos coming up, guys, but for now, just continuing the series because I really just want to show you guys, one, what I actually eat on a daily basis, and two, have you guys kind of join me on this consistency, because it's really the consistency that makes change over time. So if you guys can see these videos over and over, hopefully it just motivates you to keep pushing and be consistent and staying on that grind, because that's really what's going to make you change. So that's what I'm doing. Hope you guys are doing it too with me, and hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.